Hello everyone, welcome back, welcome to the park. And for today, I have an official announcement. So, in my last video, a friend of mine pointed out that talking about going to visit my nieces and then haphazardly just adding in the fact that, hey, by the way, the website's back up and I hope it looks okay, she thought maybe that wasn't the best marketing strategy. So, I don't know. I thought it would be okay myself, but, just to test the theory, I thought I would make an official announcement. So, therefore, Witch Hazel's Cauldron, the website, which has been for I don't know how long out of commission, is back up and running. It is pretty bare bones at the moment still, but I am hoping to add things to it as I go along. At the moment, I have two versions of tarot reading up and available. I have a smaller 20-minute reading, it's a 3-card reading, and a 45-minute Celtic Cross reading. So, if anyone is interested in a reading, then I do have a discount coupon available now through June 1st, and I will link that in the description. Also, once I get back home from my picnic, I will be doing Sorry, somebody is having trouble with the stroller over here. When I get back, I will be doing a sample reading of the 3-card spread, so you can see how I typically do that. Other than that, I think that's it. The only other thing up and available at the moment is a tarot class, which is available to purchase, but it won't actually begin until the 13th. Once I have it up and running on the 13th, then it will just continually be available to start whenever you like. So if that is of interest, I think I'll probably do a separate video on that. Maybe I do have a introductory video on the website, so I'll just link to that for the moment in the description. And yeah, so until I get home and can do that reading for you, then please join me for my picnic lunch, and we'll chat again in a little bit. All right, welcome back everyone. So this is I guess I could say hi. This is the example of a tarot reading. So I'm not going to set a timer for this one, but this would be the equivalent of how I would go about one of the 20-minute readings that I offer over on the website. So to condense things a little bit, I have already shuffled my cards, and this one jumped out as I was shuffling, so that's why this is here. But in a 20-minute reading, what I would typically do is I would have one card as the querent card, and then possibly one as the crossing card if you feel like something is blocking you. Very often I will do this anyway, just because we always have something blocking us, in my opinion. There's always something that we feel is preventing us from doing what we want to do, and that's the whole problem in a nutshell, right? But in my case, I'm not going to do this card because this one jumped out, so that already tells me that this is the most important thing for me to focus on. And this is the present, how do I want to call that? This is my present state, basically. So this one then is I'm going to set it here, and I'm going to call this is the past activities which have brought me to this point. Good, bad, indifferent, these are the influences that brought me here. And then I typically do one more card to start off with, and this is going to be the potential future based on these cards, okay? And
how this one is viewed, because I'm hesitating because it just occurred to me, you know, this could go a few different ways. Because let's say that I understand what I did in the past, here's where I am in the future. If I take these things into account and make a change, this could be the outcome for what happens if I change. Now, it could also go the reverse, and I could say, well, now I know where I came from, where I'm at, and if I don't change anything, this could be my future. So I'm not going to definitively say yet what this is. I'm going to first take a look at these two cards and see. In a reading that I do, I know a lot of readers will just end here once they tell you what your cards, you know, the meaning of the cards. For me, very often I like to have clarity on certain things. So if any of these cards are just really too difficult for, in this case me, but in general for the querent to understand what the cards are saying, then if there is time remaining, like if it didn't take more than, I don't know, 10 minutes to explain these three cards, and there's a question on this one, I will add more cards if you need me to. I do that for myself as well. All right, so that's the overview. As said, I did already shuffle to save time, and I did ask a question while I was shuffling, how I usually do it. So just in case any of you ever have a reading from me, be prepared for me to mumble, be talking to myself as I'm shuffling, because I like to repeat the question that we are working on answering while I shuffle. And in this case, my question was, how can I improve my ability to be consistent? So the question itself is important, and I do outline this in the information about the readings. It's better to have questions that require action steps in the answer than to have generalities. So instead of saying, when will I find the love of my life? I could say, what can I do to make myself more confident or more attractive or something like that? Give the universe a way to provide you with action steps. That's going to be a better outcome than just asking for a generality. Okay, so that is that, and I will mumble to myself as I'm shuffling. So let's find out first where I'm at right now. A little bit of background. Again, this is not necessary for anyone I'm reading for, but if you want to share anything about the situation, that's fine. It may or may not be necessary or useful. In my case, I have recently revamped some of my goals for the next quarter, and I know that my main problem with goals tends to be lack of consistency. I will create the goal, I will know what steps I need to get to, but then I'm lacking the actual action steps. Or if I figure out what they are, then I do not stick with them. So that's what my question is relating to. How can I improve on that? So here's where I am right now. So this is the Hermit, and he is upside down here. And I will turn these cards right side up. I am not changing the meaning of this card, but for me, it is really difficult for me to see anything when things are upside down. I don't know why, but it's hard for my brain to comprehend things upside down. So I turn it around just so I can visualize better what this card means. And when I take into consideration the meaning of the card, then I will tack on my belief system for the reversed cards, which is, well, I'll get to that in a minute. All right, the Hermit. So where am I at now? I'm doing a lot of thinking, a lot of introspection, a lot of figuring out basically who I am and what I'm doing, what's going on in life. And I could see that. As said, I've just revamped a lot of my goals, and the reason was because I needed to figure out more clearly what am I doing in life? What do I want? What are my goals? Why am I not achieving the things that I said I wanted to achieve? So this card would make sense for me. Now we remember that it was reversed. So what does that mean to me? For me, reversed cards mean uncertainty. So, okay, I'm doing some introspection. I'm trying to gain some wisdom here. And I am trying to connect to universe. But this tells me that I am still unsure. I am still doing so tentatively. And my efforts are not clear, meaning the outcome of my efforts are not going to be clear. Okay, so what got me here? What got me to this point? Let's see. Ooh, okay. We have the 5 of Wands. Now the 5s in general, meaning the number 5, is always a bit difficult. This is always where you find strife, right? Difficulty, as is very obvious in this picture. It's one of the most obvious that we have. So after the balance of the 4s, something comes in to throw it out of whack. Something comes in to break down what you thought you had covered, what you thought you had set in stone. So, and also the Wands are going to be your fire element and the symbol of your hopes, your dreams, your desires, your passions in life. So, okay, I have had one too many disappointments in life regarding my hopes and dreams. That's I can relate to that. And I have struggled with it. I have struggled with trying to build the things that I want in life, and it seems like every time I turn around, there's someone else trying to break it down again. So this experience, either once or potentially multiple times in my background, has led me to both good things, the looking inwardly and trying to connect to universe, but it has also caused some confusion because I don't trust this. This is why it's reversed. I don't trust my ability to move forward because of bad experiences in the past. All right, so based off of this, what is the future card? We have here no, this is Justice. Sorry, I didn't see her scales there for a moment. So we have Justice here. So what could this potentially mean based on the other 2 cards? And notice these cards are upright. So these cards are fixed, more so than this one. This one is in confusion. These cards are fixed. So what this means is I'm going to get what I deserve. Whether this is good, bad, or indifferent, based off of my efforts here, my ability to look inside and change things, I will be able to attain what I could consider justice in my life. So in this case, because I'm asking about my goals, this to me means that I would be able to reap the fair reward in my goals. Meaning if I put in the effort, my goals will be achieved. If I don't put in the effort, my goals will not be achieved, right? Now here's the question. What does this have to do with the question I asked? I asked how, right? Didn't I ask how? What does this tell me about how can I get here? How can I make sure that this is positive? How can I make sure that I get the positive outcome from my efforts? Well, that has to do with this card being reversed again. So the how, in this case, especially given that this is the only reversed card, the how is I need to figure out how to flip this around. I need to figure out how to create or gain confidence in my ability to trust myself, to trust my inner voice, what I'm learning from the universe, the connection I have to universe, to the divine. I need to trust it. I need to trust it and allow it to lead me. That lantern, your guiding light. I've got to be able to know that I'm moving in the right direction because I trust. So that would be the basic reading here. That I need to learn how to trust in order to get the good outcome. Now, if I do not figure this out, then the judgment will be against me, right? I'm not going to have judgment in my favor if I don't do my part. So that's how this one can be variable. And this future card is always variable, in my opinion, because the moment you know what's going on here, this can change, because now you can take steps either toward or away from it. All right, so that is the basic reading. Now, in the example of if I'm reading for someone, so far I'm at, 13 minutes or so, 14 minutes? It probably would not take that long to do this reading for someone else because I did a lot of jabbering in between to explain things. In that case, if the person has additional time, they will probably want more information about this card. So the message is, I need to learn to trust myself, right? I can already hear the follow-up question, but how? How do I learn to trust myself? What do I need to do? So if that question comes up, then I would draw additional cards. Let's say, I'll give this example. I'm not going to read it fully because I don't want to take up that much time, but I would pull 1, maybe 2 cards, and I would look at these cards in relation to this one to get clarification. Okay, so and then I would just continue reading that way. And let's say from this, if we still have time and now we want clarification on this, then I will draw 1 more card here. So that's how I typically do readings. So long as there is time, if clarification is needed, I will provide it. But if this initial reading is clear enough for whoever I'm reading for, then we leave it. All right, so that has been quite a long explanation, but I wanted to make sure and give a detailed response to the question of a sample reading. This was a question that was asked to me quite some time ago, and I thought it would be good timing to include it with my announcement about the tarot readings that are available. So thank you for sticking with me through this quasi-long video. And again, if you are interested in taking a look at what is on offer at witchhazelscauldron.com on the website, there are 2 variations of tarot readings available. And there is 1 tarot class, which will be opening very soon and is currently open for pre-order. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them in the comments for me. And other than that, I will be back hopefully soon with more information for you, both about the website and also responding to questions that I have had recently. I want to try and get to all of your questions, so thank you very much for those. Until next time, everyone, blessed be.